3 years. That's how long I've been working on my golf game, aimlessly wandering, trying to improve my handicap with very little to show for it. It's plateaued, but I'm done being stagnant. And you are my accountability partner. You're gonna see what's working for me and what's not, and I'm gonna show you every week that I'm still practicing and I'm still working on my game. If you want me to be your accountability partner, feel free to let me know in the comments. Let's get it done. I've created the scratch plan not only to make sure I'm getting my practice reps in, but also to be more effective with those practice reps. I'm using strokes gained analysis to see where the weakest points of my game are, and I'm using these 5 skills tests weekly to see which practice techniques are effective and which ones I need to replace. Now today I'll be explaining the 5 skills tests I'm using every week to measure which practice techniques are being helpful for me. In the future, I will just share my scores on each of these 5 drills. First up is the 6-foot putting circle. I'm going to set up 4 different tees, each at 6 feet, creating 4 quadrants for putting. I have to make all 3 balls in each quadrant before I can move on to the next quadrant, and I have to make all 3 putts in all 4 quadrants before the drill is done. Today it took me 17 attempts. I can do better. Next up is the 15-yard chipping drill for those times when we just barely miss the green. For this skill test, we need to find a spot 15 yards from the hole, and we're going to set up our balls in our spot there, and the goal is to chip it to within 3 feet of the hole. To be a scratch golfer from 15 yards, you should be getting it up and down almost every time. So chipping it to 3 feet is what will enable us to do that. You can see today I only did 50%, so I got a lot of work to do in that department as well. Now this spot's obviously less than 15 yards. I did not video when I did the 15-yard drill, so this was a separate thing. And drill number 3 is the 25-yard pitching drill. For this one, we want to get our 25-yard shots to within 6 feet so that we can still get up and down a high percentage of the time. Now, in order to get good at this, we need to be very good at knowing our landing spot. This is true for both chipping and pitching the ball. Every 25-yard shot you see is going to be landing on a different slope. So in order to get the ball where we need it to, we need to know how to carry it and then read the green and know what the ball is going to do after it lands. Today, I was 22 out of 50 or 44% on this drill. I really love practicing 25-yard shots because it helps you get a really good feel for your approach and pitching game. Fourth up, we're trying to hit our greens in regulation. So I'm going to take a 7-iron and I'm going to create a fake green on the range like you see here. Now my 7-iron goes about 175, 180 yards. I pick a couple spots at that distance and create a 40-yard wide green. Sometimes greens are a little bigger, but the important thing is just to be consistent. I hit this green 4 out of 10 times today, so 40% isn't horrible, but my misses were pretty big misses, which obviously that can create a really big problem. If you're further away, it's going to be harder to get up and down, aka no pars, aka not scratch golf. To be a scratch golfer, I need to be in the 55 to 60% range here. So obviously I've got some work to do there. My strokes gained analysis shows me that irons are the weakest part of my game. So I really got a lot of work to do to get that where it needs to be. And the last drill, very similar idea to the irons greens drill, is the driver fairways drill. So we're seeing how many fairways I can hit on the driving range with my driver, keeping track of the percentage that I hit, and making sure that's improving with the practice I'm doing. So 60%, pretty solid, but we can definitely do better. Now, the great thing about doing these 5 skills tests every week is not only are they going to show me where my practice has been paying off and where my practice has not been, but in and of themselves, they are great practice techniques and they're great things that's going to help me work on my game, get better at my ball striking, get better at every single aspect of my golf game. If this plan is intriguing to you, hit that subscribe button and follow along. Let's get to scratch together.